Okay.
We start with the foot tie-in spleen meridian, and we discuss spleen 1 in pi, retired white. Located on the medial side of the base of the nail of the great toe, the width of a Chinese leaf from the corner of the nail, approximately 0.1 thun. In pi is also known as retired white, hidden white, in white, ghost pile, ghost eye, hidden clarity. It is a wood point, Jing-Well point, entry point, one of the 13 ghost points of Sun Si Miao. The spleen meridian begins its journey of transforming and transporting, renewing the body, mind, and spirit at the big toe. The spleen commands the ascending of qi, and it is helped here by being a wood point. The upward and outward movement of the wood impulse assists the spleen, not just in its distribution of juices and essences throughout the body and tongue, but also at the level of the mind, though thought is intimately connected with the spleen, and the penetrative ability of wood helps it avoid stagnation, able to think clear, long thoughts. The spleen is connected with our center, the representation within the body, mind, and spirit of the place of humanity in the exchanges between heaven and earth. Lar and Rocha, Survey of Chinese Medicine 1986, say we return to the central place to which the whole circulatory dynamics of man and the cosmos returns to rediscover its resources. The spleen is the agent of transformation, not only through its transporting capacity, but because it gives shape to form, whether our flesh, blood, or our thoughts. Operating at its best, the spleen allows thought to return to our center to consider a situation from all sides. So we choose the most appropriate response, and it also enables our consciousness of possibilities, helping us to embody our higher purpose and yield a great harvest. Yinbai can help if preoccupation, obsessive rumination, or depression has led to blood stagnation, or if blood stagnation has led to anxiety and restlessness. This point calms the mind and stops excessive dreaming. It brings clarity of thought where there is congestion or mental agitation. Overthinking being both a causation as well as a pathology of the spleen by its powerful, invigorating wood and Jing-Well nature. It encourages the upholding nature of the spleen, facilitating the flow of blood and qi as it starts its journey to the lung, the hand tie-in. It links earth to heaven. Use with direct moxa to stop bleeding from any part of the body, nose, stomach, bladder, intestines, and particularly the uterus. It stops bleeding by strengthening the spleen's function of holding the blood. Hidden white refers to the idea that earth creates metal, and here is a reminder of the metal element. White refers to metal and reminds one of the connection between spleen and lung as tie-in. Hidden white may also refer to the flesh, where the point is located by the nail. The flourishing of the spleen and the essences is at the four whites, the corners of the lips. The spleen has mastery over the mouth. Ghost pile or ghost eyes is indicated for use when a person dreams with the sensation of weight pressing on the body. Also used with lung 11. Together, they are called kuilin, ghost eyes, where the patient stares vacantly into space. Three small moxas are burnt on the points, alternating between spleen 1 and LI 11. Jigwell points can disperse excess qi that is swelling in the channel. They can be drained to release heat and interior wind in cases of mania, convulsions, and can relieve fullness below the heart. This is taken to mean internal blockage in the body, as these points, while being the most distal, also have a deep well-like reach to the organs. Spleen 1 is said to regulate overweight and overeating, especially when caused by depression or worry. When dispersed, it is said to reduce the craving for sweet food. The effect of food on earth, sour flavors will often dispel the urge for something sweet, just as the upward surge of chi in a new beginning can break through rumination. It is tonified where there is lack of appetite from splenic deficiency and stagnation. Tonifies the spleen, regulates blood, especially in cases of blood stasis in the uterus. Calms the mind. Indications of spleen 1. Depression, melancholia, stagnation of mind and spirit. Prolonged menstruation from spleen chi deficiency. Insomnia from blood deficiency. Bleeding from the spleen not containing the blood. Abdominal distension, nausea, mania and hysteria from heat and interior wind. So spleen 1 is wound point, entry point, Jing-Well, antique winter point, a ghost point. This wound point helps to stimulate the spleen chi if there are signs of stagnation or clogging up, such as paralysis, obsessive or stuck thinking, overweight, and overeating, especially when worry and depression dominate. For menstrual disorders, particularly if prolonged, a spleen holds the blood, one can use direct moxa here to strengthen this action, brings clarity of thought, and helps focus and concentration, wound penetrating earth, calms the mind and eases mania or excessive dreaming. White probably indicates the spleen's mother connection to the sun metal, the lungs. Indications of potential point combinations. For bleeding disorders, hematemesis, epistaxis, hematuria, hematochezia, menorrhagia, we combine spleen 1 with spleen 10 and GV20. For fever and seizures, we combine spleen 1 with liver 2, stomach 36. Evidence-based applications. Acupuncture at lung 9, stomach 36, stomach 40, spleen 1, SI3, bladder 15, liver 3, CV12, and CV14 induced long-lasting reductions in attacks of primary Raynaud syndrome. Demonstrated effectiveness comparable to difenadine and did so without adverse effects. 15 minutes of electroacupuncture stimulation applied to spleen 1 and liver 1 appeared to constitute the optimal setting for treating acute pain in the pelvic limbs. Thank you for your attention.